This podcast reflects my personal experiences and reflections as an adoptee. I am not a therapist or a mental health professional, and nothing here is meant to replace professional support. Some of the topics I explore may bring up difficult emotions and memories. If you find yourself needing more support, I encourage you to reach out to a therapist, counselor, or trusted person in your life. Welcome to Coming Home, a podcast dedicated to healing through exploring and celebrating childhood memories in adulthood. I am the host, Augie Sanchez. I am an introvert to the core. Anyone who knows me knows that I would rather hang out at home or in a small group because the chaos and frantic energy of large crowds overwhelms and drains me. I am trying to find home, a piece of the quiet, the serenity, and the feeling of being bathed in nature. I tend to be drawn to the quiet. My mommy told me I was born in the casa with my papi there. She didn't tell me if there was anyone else around. I feel like quiet has been part of my story. A piece that when I feel that quiet, I feel safe. Almost like I have been encapsulated in comfort and safety. Growing up, I remember being bullied a lot as a child. Other children would make fun of me, push me, or just say very hurtful things to me. I had few friends, but I tended to stay mostly to myself. I would hide out in my bedroom, draw or play with my toys, but I always felt this longing for a quiet place, a safe space I could feel comfortable in. Being out in public was not something I enjoyed. I felt like everything was swimming around me and I couldn't get my breath. Yes, I hid it well, but on the inside, I was numbing myself. I don't have to close my eyes to feel the wind and hear the trees rustling. Home didn't have a lot of sounds. Home wasn't even home for me. The clinic is where I stayed for a while, longer than when I was with my biological family. The clinic, I remember, there was a tin roof, a yellow hut like place. The amazing thing is that one of the nurses who took care of me in the clinic sent me a picture of myself as a small child at the clinic. Those were the only pictures I had of the clinic, of my beginnings in Honduras. The roof was made of tin, and the clinic was yellow. It was out in the forest. There weren't any other buildings or homes in the pictures. There is a picture of me sitting in the lemongrass, alone and content. This is how I feel most days. Content, steady, quiet, and at peace. Within the last 3 years, I have painted every room in the house. The colors range from salmon pink to mint green and toucan orange. The house is vibrant with colors and plants. I feel like this is home for me. One of my friends came over a year ago with her sister-in-law, and her sister-in-law said that my house looked just like Honduras. She had recently went to Honduras with her husband, who is Honduran, to visit family. She said my house looks just like how they have the homes on the inside. I would have never known. And I would have just assumed that I like vibrant colors, not realizing that there was an influence that inspired me to paint my house the multicolors that it is. I guess that the colors bring peace to me because they remind me of home. Coming home also means being able to embrace my first language. And this one I have challenges with because Spanish is a European language. I find myself struggling with this knowledge. Like, I want to know my language, my ancestral language, the true language of Honduras. The countries used to have, and some still do have areas where original languages are spoken. Chorti is the Mayan language spoken in Honduras. My mommy said that we are Mayan, and she also said we are Linka, which I assume we can be both. I don't have any information on the bloodline for my papi, so I don't know fully what I'm mixed with. I find that doing my own research always stirs up complications in my emotions, grief for what my people have gone through, what they even struggle with now, violence against women, gangs, unstable government, stripping of resources, the pollution of water, and deforestation, just to name a few. Home seems like a fractured memory, pieces of my culture, heritage, and legacy interwoven with loss and grief. Not just mine, but the nation as a whole. I don't fully know how to navigate these feelings. They can overwhelm me like a tidal wave. And if I am not aware, I can get pulled under by the force of injustice I see historically and even in today's lived experiences. I feel like I have to rebuild with invisible bricks or walk an abandoned path overgrown with obstacles. Building my peace requires me choosing to walk that path, even though I know it will lead to some difficult truths. Truths like, I am a child of the rainforest. The echoes of ancestors remind me to push forward, telling me to remember my story and to tell my story, to never forget who came before me, to be courageous, to honor who I am and where I came from, to look back with thanksgiving and not with grief. But where does the grief go when it's just me? I don't have a tribe to connect with. Those who are my family speak mostly Spanish, and, well, they say I speak Spanglish, which I love, but having a natural conversation does not flow. My peace right now is building my home to reflect the memories and the home in my heart. Do you hold a truth, something you know in your core, but have been too intimidated to give it voice? A truth that you know that if you speak it, you'll be attacked or maybe gaslit? How do you honor that truth inside of you? That part of you that needs to be validated, but the only person who can really validate that is you. I find that honoring that part of myself is reestablishing the quiet and peace in my home, listening to music that reminds me of home, and styling my home to reflect what I know to be part of who I am. Let's continue the journey together as we feel what it's like coming home. If you find value in this podcast and you would like to support coming home, you can send a financial love offering to my Cash App, which is posted on this page. Thank you. All financial love offerings are greatly appreciated.